No powder or pill is guaranteed to relieve a headache as quickly as this gun in my hand. In the secret laboratory beneath the Grotto Club, Falk Zildjian slouched, his head tilted over the back of his chair. Lavinia and Emma number 5 struggled against the ropes binding them to chairs. Carmine Legrand's struggling would have done more damage to himself than to the ties securing him to his wheelchair. He surveyed the walls and panels of the room, looking for items that might help them escape.
What's wrong with Fax?
Not this again. Lavinia, will you persuade her?
Number 5, people are already using the term Cohen for humans produced by the twinning machine. We're named after its inventor, Herb Cohen. Pfft, another natural-born person imposing his identity and his will on us. It's bad enough we have this creator who never asked what we wanted, expecting to be called Daddy.
I'm sorry you feel that way, dear. It's hard to lose your daughter, that's all.
So you create a bunch of facsimiles of her as coping mechanisms without caring how it would make us feel. Our whole lives are supposed to depend on this lost sister and her grieving father.
My main objection is that fax sounds like a horse. The word I always favored was homunculus.
Could we please focus on finding something sharp to cut our bonds? The worst part of being held captive is the chit-chat.
Falk? Falk, you're alive!
They wouldn't have tied me up again if I was dead.
You overestimate their intelligence.
Are you hurt? We thought they shot you. He was playing possum the last half hour. He has some plan to get us all out of here.
No, I was just being quiet. Can a guy have an introspective moment?
Don't count on him. Are there any more Cohens or faxes in the giant jars that are nearly ripe?
I believe the rest are embryos or toddlers at this point. They wouldn't be able to climb out of the tubes, and it would be unsettling, possibly debilitating if they woke with children's brains and adolescent memories.
Falk, do you have allies who could come rescue us? A two-way wrist radio in a secret pocket of this trench coat you loaned me? Maybe a button in your coat triggers a distress call monitored by the Emerald Ash Borer, or do you have any other allies?
Good idea. I'll talk to Castro about fabricating a device like that next time I see him. Do you mean a button like the thing you mash to make an elevator arrive, or the fastener that keeps your coat or pocket closed?
Both. A fastener that you press to send a signal. Who says mash when they're talking about buttons?
It would have to be activated in some special way, not too sensitive. Otherwise, you'd accidentally send a distress signal every time you brush up against a door or wash the coat.
And unicorns might fly out of my vestibule. I'm sorry, but could we refocus on the immediate problem and save the pie-in-the-sky device designs for later?
You should see some of the things Castro's made. An electromagnetic pulse cannon to disable loud car radios. Right, never mind. Back to the immediate problem.
Father, are there any solvents in these chemicals on your workbench? Something that could burn through our ropes or chairs?
Nothing like that, I'm afraid.
This whole experience has got on my last nerve. I feel so helpless and jittery.
That's one problem you can solve easily. Listen to this.
If you were caught in the middle of traffic, or if you just saved yourself from being drawn out to sea by the undertow, you'd have a right to feel nervous and jumpy and jittery. But when that nervousness is due to little things, when you jump because somebody speaks to you suddenly, when you're ready to blow up at the mere sound of the neighbor's piano, then it's time you looked into the cause of that jumpiness. For it might be something you could easily remedy, something as simple as giving up coffee, perhaps. Although there are many people who can drink coffee without becoming nervous and jittery, there are many others who can't. So if you suspect coffee upset your nerves, switch to Postum. For Postum contains no caffeine or any other stimulant that could possibly set your nerves on edge. And it's an ideal mealtime beverage, tempting to look at, fragrant to smell, and delicious to taste. What's more, Postum is very economical, costing less than most other mealtime drinks, in fact, less than 1/2 cent a cup. You can get it at any grocer's in 2 convenient forms. Postum cereal, the drink you make by boiling or percolating, and instant Postum, made instantly in the cup. So if coffee's been making you nervous and jittery, start drinking Postum regularly, and see if those nerves of yours don't steady down.
How did you do that? Can you call out to that narrator from the commercial to help us?
No, he was pre-recorded.
I was saving this as a last resort, and I think we're at that point.
What's that you're pulling out of the armrest of your wheelchair?
It looks like a black box the size of a harmonica with a tube coming out of one end. Like some kind of 21st century device that unnecessarily adds electronics to the process of ingesting tobacco.
Hush! They could be coming back any minute now. Take some of the powder and pass it on.
I'll have to scoot my chair a little closer to yours.
What is this? I smell cinnamon. Definitely clove. Is that fennel? Some uncommon pepper and licorice?
And how are our prisoners? I've heard of desperate, starving people fantasizing about a last meal they'll never eat, but usually it takes longer than an hour of captivity to get that desperate.
I shouldn't have skipped breakfast.
Do we need to keep all of them alive? Daddy can help us work the twinning machines to create more Cohens, but Zildjian and the others are useless. Every minute they live increases the chance they'll escape or fight back or sabotage the machines.
Ked, are you listening to this? They'll turn on you too if they think you've lost your usefulness to them.
I've demonstrated my usefulness pretty well. What did you... Oh no, Emma. Don't tell me in the brief time you've been at the Grotto Club that you and this young man have...
We have. Emma, I'm not you, but I'm almost you. You're not a murderer. None of you are.
I never had the opportunity, but I'm willing to try.
You don't know me, Lavinia. You may have my memories up to age 17, but I've changed since then. And none of you are perfect copies. From what I've read in the twinning machine and nostalgimatic instruction manuals, some variation may occur even between you twins or monsters or whatever you want to call yourselves.
Cohens.
Homunculi.
Faxes. What? Short for facsimile. Oh, I like that.
She's right, though. Forbidden Technologies Corp. has several disclaimers in their owner's manual. Variations in appearance, attitude, mental ability, or organ structure may occur. Void where prohibited, taxes not included. Some restrictions apply. Keep power cord away from puddles or basement hideouts that are prone to flooding.
All right, don't quote the whole thing.
One thing the owner's manual didn't mention is the fail-safe which I devised on my own, in case something went wrong with the duplicates.
What fail-safe?
This! Now, everyone, the powder, blow it in their faces.
Daddy, what have you done? My lips are swelling. I don't feel good.
They're dropping like flies.
It burns. What do you do to my eyes? I'm blind. Some kind of pepper and cinnamon, fennel, clove, licorice?
The girls on our side passed out too. What did you do to them, Legrand?
Don't worry, it's mostly harmless. I created the Cohens with an added allergic reaction to 5 spice powder. They'll be incapacitated for an hour or two, but they'll be fine afterwards. It won't stop Ked Dennedy, though. Is there something you can do before his tears wash the pepper from his eyes?
Sure, if I can stand up a little, I can break the chair with my weight. Normally I wouldn't hit a guy who can't see, but for you, Ked, I'm willing to make an exception. Here, Mr. Legrand, let me untie you before I tie up the rebels.
I suppose they'll all be going to prison. Kidnapping, assault and murder, or attempted murder.
Prison doesn't help anyone. I think what they need is a trip to Doc Salvage's clinic for a bad guy-ectomy. He can transform them from femme fatales to femme normales.
Lobotomy? I won't stand for it.
Not at all. Doc's procedure is much more precise than that butchery. His patients remain fully as intelligent and capable as they were before, but the desire to do evil is gone.
That seems unlikely. I'd like to watch the procedure and talk to some of the people who have gone through it.
I'm sure Doc will oblige you. He might like to hear how you engineered an allergy for the girls.
After all this, I still won't get to talk to my real daughter, Emma.
What do you mean? You said the powder won't kill her.
The real Emma has no allergies, only the copies do. But the leader here passed out. She must be a copy too.
Then your daughter never even came back to Parabellum City. It was this one who contacted me and set the whole thing in motion.
Yes.
What was it that turned them bad?
I don't know. I made them out of sugar and spice and not enough nice. Tell me, Zildjian, what is it that keeps you from straying to crime? What makes you a good guy?
This gun in my hand.
I don't think that would work in this case.
Probably not. Take a Powder, episode 31 of This Gun in My Hand was blown in your face by Rob Northrop. Visit thisguninmyhand.blogspot.com for credits, show notes, information on how to subscribe, and would it kill you to buy one of my books, such as Little Heist in the Big Woods and Other Revisionist Atrocities. What's the worst source from which to take some powder? This Gun in My Hand.